Today's video is all about confidence and how to sound more confident. Ordinarily, I would say that confidence comes from within, and whilst this is true, it is also possible to act as if. The interesting thing about acting as if is that eventually you'll begin to feel as if you are confident. You see, there's this interesting relationship between the voice and the emotions. And it goes both ways. So if I feel really confident, then you're going to hear that in my voice. But how about if I work on the voice and make my voice sound really confident? In order to do this, I have to use certain muscles around here in the mouth. And the interesting thing here is that the body then begins to be kind of tricked into thinking that there's confidence there. So as you can see, it goes both ways. I encounter a lot of people who say things without really meaning it, as I'm sure everyone does. Particularly when I'm talking to clients, because obviously I work with confidence. And one very common thing that comes up is that when I ask people what they're doing over the weekend, I'll hear in their voice that there's some insecurity there. So they might say, I'm going to the cinema on Saturday. Notice how there's a real lack of support there. There's very little use of the muscles in the lower jaw. And the voice is going up here, resonating in the head, the cavities in the head, creating this sense of uncertainty. In America, and in particular in American films, we hear a lot of this because often their voice, their accent, inflects at the end. And this has become quite popular, and lots of people have emulated this, feeling that perhaps it's kind of cool. I don't know. The real problem with this is that it sounds lacking in confidence. There's this kind of self-questioning going on. So how to remedy this? If you look at the punctuation in a sentence, you will see that where there are commas, we inflect, and we inflect just a tiny bit, the last syllable of a word. Let me give you an example. If I were to talk about these flowers behind me, I might say, these flowers are lovely, aren't they? And we're inflecting that last syllable of lovely, the li. So it's just a tiny inflection. And then again on they. I'm inflecting they because there's a question mark. But how about if we were to come back to this sentence where there are no commas, there are no question marks? I'm going to the cinema on Saturday. We don't need much inflection there. Maybe a tiny bit if we want to pause between cinema and on Saturday. A tiny, tiny bit of inflection. But what we're doing here is we're using these muscles in the lower jaw to create a sense of certainty. And this is what happens naturally when we're angry or when we have a lot of passion for something. We hear this in the voice because the muscles are alert. So if you start from a place of making the muscles alert, from becoming aware of when you're inflecting and when you're bringing your voice down, and by the way, your voice should be coming down on full stops, okay? So down on the end of sentences when you want to really give some authority, a sense of confidence. And if you do this, you will find that you start to feel more confident. And this is called acting as if. So give it a try and make comments in the box below. Let me know how you're getting on. And I look forward to hearing all about it.